that skin look glowy and fresh, and yeah, and keep everything else pretty minimal. So it's a really quick routine, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Now we are going to start with priming our face. I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer, and I'm just going to take a little pea-sized amount and put that in my T-zone. And now we're going to go in with the Cover FX Custom Enhancing Drops, and this is in Sunlight. It's a little bit dark for me. I ordered it online, and this is why I hate ordering anything online, is because you can never really physically see it. So it is a tad dark for me right now. I'm quite pasty. So I'm going to use this underneath my foundation just to give that glow from within look versus putting it on top where it looks a little bit strange. And we'll just take a beauty blender and we're just going to dab that into the skin. And now I'm going to go in with my Hourglass Vanish Foundation Stick. This foundation is so beautiful and gives such a natural finish to the skin, as well as it's got amazing coverage. So I really, really enjoy this foundation. Now that I look like I'm ready to go to war, we are going to blend that in. And I'm going to use the Sigma F80 Kabuki, and we are just going to blend that into my skin. As you guys can see, that highlight still pops out of the foundation. It's really pretty, and it's going to give you a really subtle glow. Okay, so now that we are done blending our foundation into our skin, I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Concealer, and this is in the shade Fair Light, and I'm going to apply that underneath my eyes and a little bit in the T-zone. We'll apply a little bit to the lid, just so then we can make that blend into the rest of the face. And I will be blending out my concealer with my Sigma F79. This is the Concealer Blend Kabuki, and we'll just press that into the skin. Now we're going to go in with one of my favorite bronzers. It's Bahama Mama by The Balm. It's going to give us just a nice natural flush of color to our face. And I'm going to apply that with the Sigma F05. This is the small contour brush. And we are just going to kind of dab that onto our cheekbones very lightly. And for the nose, I'm just going to use the same brush, and I'm just going to go in and dust it on the sides. We don't want it to be like a structured nose contour because we do want it to look natural, but I would like some definition to my nose just because who doesn't like a smaller nose? So I'm just going to dust it along the sides and on the tip just to give it a little bit of dimension and, you know, a little bit of structure. Alright you guys, so now we have some color to our face. We look a little bit more healthy, because I know for me, if I don't have any kind of bronzer or contour on, I look like I'm dying. Now it's on to the blush. We want to add just a little pop of color to the face, and so I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Air Blush. It's one of my favorites. This one is in Lines and Last Night. This shade, like, this is the one I go for every single time. I've actually not played with any of the other shades nearly as much as I have this one. It's just really natural, really subtle, and just, it really gives you a beautiful, like, youthful glow to your skin, and I absolutely love that. And this is perfect for like a no makeup look. And to apply that, I'm going to go in with my Sigma F40. This is the large angled contour. I love to use it for blush because it just puts it exactly where I want it. And when adding the blush, I'm just going to dab it onto my cheeks, and we don't want to add too much product. However, I'm going to add just a pinch more because throughout the day, blush is one of the first things to fade on your makeup, and I don't want to look, you know, like colorless later on in the day, so I'm just going to add a little bit more. And there's no need to add a highlight because we still have that highlight showing through underneath our foundation from the Cover FX enhancing drops. So we are just gonna move forward and I'm going to fill in my brows. And for my brows, I'm gonna use the ColourPop brow color. This is in Banging Brunette, and this is a little bit lighter than what I would typically use. I think that going a little bit lighter on the brows is also gonna help make them look a little bit more natural, if possible, with the way that I do it. So anyways, you guys just do whatever you're comfortable with, and yeah, this is probably not gonna look all that natural. And of course, to apply the brows, I'm gonna be using my Sigma E6. You guys know this is my ride or die. So in this front area here, the brow color is coming up very warm and I'm a little bit more ashy, so I'm just going to go in with my Anastasia Dip Brow and I'm just going to flick a couple hairs in there just to kind of even it out so it doesn't look too warm and unnatural. Okay, you guys, so obviously I cannot help myself. This brow is not natural at all, but I just, yeah, if I'm gonna do my brows, I just can't help it. I go kind of like all the way. There's no way that I can just kind of like fill them in a little bit because I just don't like how far away from my nose they do sit. So this is kind of what I'm left with. But anyways, I'm gonna carve this out with some concealer and I'm gonna go back in with that Studio Skin Concealer and we're just gonna carve out our brow. And to carve out my brow, I'm going in with the Sigma E15 and I'm just going to clean up around the edges. And this is also where I kind of shape my brow as well. I never really worry too much about if I'm like coloring outside the lines per se. I just know that in the end I'm going to clean it up with concealer anyways. So I'm not overly picky about them looking perfect in like the beginning stages, and in the end I just clean it all up and make them the exact shape I want. Alright you guys, so the brows are done, now it's on to the eyes, and we aren't really going to do much to them. All I want to do is go in with a nice neutral matte shade, and I'm just going to buff that all over the lid, just so then it'll set that concealer that we previously applied. I'm going to buff the shade Super Mum from my Tartelette palette all over my lid using the Sigma E40. And because usually I look quite tired, I like to add a little bit more dimension to my eye and kind of try and open it up a little bit. So I'm going to go in with the Bahama Mama bronzer and I'm just going to dust that underneath my lash line just to give it a little bit of something extra, as well as open up those eyes. I'm going to use my Sigma E45. Typically for a look like this, I would not apply false lashes. I would just slap on some mascara and call it a day. However, in the post that I did on this look, I was wearing false lashes. I was wearing the Lotus lashes in the style 504. To me, these are really subtle and more natural lashes. They're just nice, light, and wispy. However, for some people, they might be a tad dramatic. And so it's completely up to you guys if you go forth in wearing falsies or if you just go the mascara route. I know a lot of people have asked me, how do you make lashes look natural when you're not wearing any eyeshadow or eyeliner? And it can be tricky. However, just pick a lash that has a really, really thin lash band, as well as just try and place it as closely to your lashes as humanly possible. As well as what's going to help is using a good mascara and a pair of eyelash curlers to go in and just press the lashes together. And you want to apply that mascara just to the base of your lash. You don't want to bring it all the way up because that is going to only define your false lashes at the top, which is going to make them look more fake, as well as it has the potential of ruining the integrity of your false lash. To finish off the look, I'm going to go in with an extremely neutral lip color. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I would typically use my NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee, but it is off somewhere in a purse or something because it is my lip color for on the go. So instead, I'm going to go in with the Jouer. This is the lip cream in Dolce de Leche. I think I'm saying that right. And I'm just going to put that all over my lips. Alright you guys, that concludes our no makeup look, and as you guys can see, quite a bit of makeup goes into this look. So if you're not accustomed to wearing makeup, this would in no way be a natural look for you. But if you're accustomed to wearing quite a bit of makeup like I am, this is extremely natural. I mean, it's very quick, and the only thing on me that I haven't seemed to be able to achieve a natural look with is my eyebrows, and you know what, I'm okay with that. I hope you guys picked up some tips along the way, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next tutorial. Thank you so much for watching.